Hello, welcome to class. My name is Janessa Jacobs and I will be your instructor. This is just a quick review of how our course is going to work. So you should be able to access almost everything you need here in Canvas. And what you'll see is on your home page, it'll say recent announcements and then other stuff. Do not ever dismiss this recent announcement without reading it. This is how you're going to know what you have to do every day. So I actually will record or have recorded all of your lectures. So they are posted on YouTube and ready for you to go. So how you're going to find those video links and know what you need to do is by reading these announcements. So this is our announcement for today. Welcome to class. I'm your instructor. You need to read everything that I write to you. It's really, really important because that's how you're going to know what is expected. So what else? As far as things you should read, like click on these things. So why? I mean, because you, in your own time, can read this announcement. I'm not going to read this announcement to you. But what I wanted to show you is what the links have for you right now. So in the general information module, this is where you're going to find everything that has all of the stuff that's specific to your course. So your syllabus is here. Your schedule is here. Just like the mechanics of class will all go there. The syllabus is really important, so we're going to look at that in a minute. The other thing that you can find though in your modules is right now all you can see are the exam 1 materials. So what we have here are the PowerPoint presentations that will correspond to what I'm teaching in lecture. So immediately you should probably just download this one and print it if possible. I recommend actually taking notes and writing with your hands because that helps your brain retain the knowledge. So if you print out the PowerPoint and have it with you while you're watching the video, then you can just take notes right on it and we'll all be on the same page. So, okay, well now where was I? I'm out of here. Well, you can always click back to modules to find where you're going. So if you look right now, it says overview, read me first. This will tell you a little bit about the mechanics of class. Then here in modules, we have all the university policies that you can look at and resources for you. Then we get into the specific modules for our course. General information again has all that stuff. Study tips, I would recommend looking at that. It's a good document with some valuable study tips. Then here are your exam 1 materials. So these lecture presentations I think are probably the most important things. There's some practice activities here. I'll probably upload a practice reproductive activity when we get there. You can do those if you want. They are just for your own good. These are images, step by step, how to finding the anatomy and physiology revealed in your publisher website. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. And then you'll see these outlines down here. These aren't really mine. These are from my boss, so I just throw them in here for your frame of reference. You can see what the expectation is, your level of understanding for this course. It can actually be helpful for a review if you print that out and just like write in, fill in the blanks, see what you know. Okay, so back to our announcements. So in this first announcement, you will also see that it says for today, day 1, you need to watch the following videos. Introduction to class. That's what I'm recording right now. It'll be posted by class today, we hope, if YouTube can get it uploaded. This video that's up currently is an old video, and it's on, you can see it's small. It's on this little small whiteboard I had on my wall when I first started. I have a huge whiteboard now and I re-recorded your lecture, so that YouTube says is processing right now. I will update this video link for class today. But this is what your announcements are going to have every day. The link for your class, and on Wednesday it'll have a link for your lab as well. So the other thing is that you're going to be required to participate in weekly discussions. So right now the link is right here in this first announcement. We should have a discussions thing somewhere over here. It says that you can't see it. I tried to make you be able to see it a million times last night and it would not let me work it out. So I will get those kinks figured out with whoever helps me and we'll get that hopefully figured out so that you can see discussions just as a tab in your in the course. Okay, so what else? You're going to participate in that. I will be here during class to answer your questions in this Teacher Helping Students Succeed discussion thread. So if you are watching like lecture and you're like, wait a minute, what did you just say? How does this relate to the endocrine system? then post your question here. Or if you're like, wait a minute, I am having so many problems with the mechanics of class, post your question here. If you have grade questions or test questions, those you should email to me at my MSU email address using your MSU email address. But any content related questions you can just post right here in the Teacher Helping Students Succeed discussion board. So that shows you just how important announcements are. Like, everything you need for the day is going to be there. So as far as our class goes, there's some important things that we should discuss. How about your syllabus? So this is a synchronous course, but it's virtual. What does that mean? That I kind of expect you to be here during class on Mondays and Wednesdays, and for lab on Wednesdays during these times. Your lectures, your exams and practicals will be given during class time. And the reason for that is I need to minimize the opportunity for cheating as much as possible. Not saying that you're all cheaters, but some people do walk a line on the border between violating and not violating academic integrity. So if I have really tight constraints on the timing of your test and I make you take it during class, then the opportunities for that are fewer. So that's what we're doing. So of course, if you have some work schedule or something really important that doesn't work, I am flexible, but this is a synchronous class, so the expectation is that you'll be here. And I'll be here for you too to answer your questions in that discussion page. Maybe I'll figure out some virtual thing if you guys want to do something like that. We could do Microsoft Teams or something. We'll work that out throughout the semester. Okay, so here's my contact information. My office hours are by appointment. We can talk on the phone. We can do whatever we got to do. I am your resource. I actually really like teaching. So you can read the course description. This is your required materials. You can buy the access online. I don't know. There's a whole lot of details. Read this whole entire thing. Will tell you how to set this up. We have a unique course code. That's right here in the syllabus. So you can Control Tab. In theory, that should open it up in another link. And it should pop you open to your course. So we'll come back there in a minute. So this is our class. So this is where you're going to be turning in your Learn Smart assignments and where you're going to be turning in your exams. I'm not quite sure how practicals are going to work yet, if they're going to be on that site or through Canvas. So we'll get there when we get there. All right, so all of these instructions are right here. You can put the code in your book if you use the code from your book. If you bought it at the bookstore, you can purchase the registration from the website. You can get a 14-day temporary access code, and then follow all these instructions. Yeah, it'll work. Get you signed up. Every time after that, you can connect through here, potentially through a link in the class, but either way, most of your course materials, as far as points are going to be concerned, are going to be administered through this page. So all of the technology and stuff that you need for lecture is going to come through Canvas, but all of the stuff for assessments is coming from Connect. Okay. So, in response to our current pandemic, I'm teaching this in a remote format. It's an asynchronous real-time course, meaning that we're all expected to be here during class hours, but there is some flexibility for asynchronous interaction, so you can do a lot of stuff on your own time. Truly, the only thing I really, really care about you doing during class time is the assessments. So if you can work everything else out during other schedule or during other times, that's fine. So Remote courses are challenging, so it's critical that you're present every day. This class is not self-paced, so you have to follow the due dates and deadlines that are available in your course schedule. That we can find in the general information module. We'll look at that in a minute. As far as course structure and access goes, all of our material is going to be delivered through Canvas. As far as like my delivery of materials to you, that's coming from Canvas. There will be daily course announcements. These contain vital information about class. Do not dismiss your announcements without reading them. And you can actually go into your Canvas settings and like check some box somewhere to have notifications emailed to you if you want the announcements emailed to you so that you just know immediately what we have to do. So read those every day. They're going to contain your lecture and lab videos for the day and any other important information that you're going to need. The synchronous component of the course is going to require you to be in class from 5:30 p.m. to 6:45 p.m. on Wednesdays. All of your tests are on Wednesdays. And then from 7 to Whenever you finish your exam on Wednesdays, you have to be there for exams and lab practical exams. Again, there's some wiggle room if you have a valid reason to not be there, like, oh, I work as an ER nurse and my schedule just happens to fall on that day, but I like your teaching style, so I want to stay in your class. Okay, we can work that out, so I'm not unreasonable. All right, so it'll probably just, though, be in your best interest to get in the habit of being in class at 5:30 on Mondays and Wednesdays. Why? Because if you're just like willy-nilly like eating potato chips and you're like, I'm going to get around to it whenever, and then you don't, you're going to snowball and get out of control real fast and you won't be able to catch up. So, and that'll make, if you're in class with me at 5:30, then it feels like you're in class. Even if we're not actually seeing each other, you'll be seeing me and I'll be seeing all of your questions in that discussion board. So we're braving it through together. Okay, this is really important. Without a valid other reason, you have to complete your exams and practicals during class hour. All of the other course activities are due by 11:59 on the day they are due. Discussions are due by Sunday and assignments are due by the exam review day. We'll go over that again in a minute. So you have to participate in weekly discussions, but it's not really part of your grade. So you say, well, why would I participate? Well, because I'll give you some extra points at the end of the semester if you do. So week 1 is from the 17th to the 23rd. So your week 1 discussion post is due by 11:59 p.m. on Sunday the 23rd. So if you participate in weekly discussions on a regular basis at the end of the semester, I'll add some extra points to your score. And if you're on the border between like a B+ and an A- or an A- and an A, those 30 points are going to be what makes the difference. So don't come to me and ask me to round up if you've not participated in discussion. You shouldn't come to me and ask me to round up anyway, because there's a very clear point breakdown that we'll go over in a minute. Okay. Learn Smart chapter assignments are available through Connect, and they're available from the beginning of the unit until the exam review day. You've got a long time to work on these things, so because of that, I will not accept them late. So this is a university level class. You gotta act like a university level student and plan good study habits and make sure you're scheduling your due dates into whatever it is you got to do. Important dates. The last day to drop and get a 100% refund is in 1 week. And then you can get 50% refund if you drop by September 2nd. If you stick it out longer than that, and then we're coming to the end of the semester, you're like, man, I'm going to get an F, and I don't want an F, then what you can do is instead take a W, and that is by October 30th. Okay, additional course information. This is specific to our class. All of our changes will be announced in daily in class announcements. If there are any, hopefully there won't be any, but if there are, they'll be there. I do not accept late work. Your participation and attendance is essential, so make sure that you're coming regularly and working on developing excellent time management and study skills. If you need any tips for success or help, let me know. I really love teaching, I really love learning, I really love students, and I want you to love all this too, so let me help you. Don't get overwhelmed and then hate anatomy and physiology just because nobody showed you how to study or something before. I can show you how to study. Okay, lecture. You're expected to come to lecture having prepared for the day. What does that mean? Just have a read over your chapter before you come to lecture, so that, or before you watch the videos, so that you have a general idea what's going on. And then if you have questions while lecture's going on, write them down. And either pause and put it in the discussion board, or just watch the video and ask them all at the end. Okay? All right, so I'll let you read over that. Lab is essential. It's kind of weird. It's kind of tricky because you don't actually have like lab kits, but we do have a crazy lab assistant who will guide you through some different things. And you have lab practice activities that will be available through Connect. So we'll look at that in a minute. Exams. Exams cover lecture and lab. There will be 100 points for each exam, 50 points for each lab practical. They are administered only on the dates provided in the schedule during class hours. If you have a documented illness or emergency, documented, then you can make up one exam if you miss it. And yeah, you have to contact me as soon as possible to make those arrangements. All right, all of your assignments are called Learn Smart Study Modules or something. They're available through the Connect website. They're available from the time we begin the material until the exam. Each is worth 10 points. So, what are my grades based on? 4 exams at 100 points each. 4 practical exams at 50 points each. 10 assignments at 10 points each, and 1 cumulative final for a total of 800 points. at the end of the semester, this is how the grade breakdown is going to go. I don't really look at percentages, but this makes it easy for people to understand. I assign grades based on points. So if you have 95 to 100% of 800 points, you'll get an A. There are extra credit opportunities available, and MSU lets me give A pluses. So if you get more than 800 points, you can get an A plus. Just the point is, get as many points as possible. Then if you get 90 to 100% of 80 points, or 90 to 94% of 800 points, you'll get an A minus. You can see how this breaks down. Look over all that. This is a general schedule of your activities. There's a specific schedule that has all your due dates. It's more valuable. They just make me put this here. Now this is all the stuff that I copied from my boss's website, because this is all the stuff they make me put here. Okay, so you can look at all of that. If there's ever a question of anything and it's in here somewhere, I'm going to say, well, you were supposed to read it. I wasn't going to read it to you in class when I was recording your introduction to class video. Okay, so that's your schedule. The other important thing is your syllabus. The other important thing is your schedule, which is right here. So today, introduction to class and your introduction to the endocrine system. It'll tell you right here what your Connect activity. Chapter 17, the Learn Smart's due by, it's due by the 7th. Because I actually misspoke before. The material is due by the review day for the exam. So by this Monday, September 7th, it's expected that you have gone through all of your Chapter 17, Chapter 18, and Chapter 28 material. So on this day, you'll have a review, and on that day, all of your assignments will be due. So just be aware of that. I will make sure that all of these files are updated by class, because it looks like I had a little error there. Okay, so this has all of your due dates for your assignments, your exam dates, your practical dates. Something I'd like to point out here is that the format of lab is going to change from one class period to the next. So that change will be announced in a daily announcement. What does that mean? Well, for our introduction lab and our introduction to our endocrine anatomy, that will be hosted by the lab assistant. And so you'll have video links, and you'll use you'll use your Connect website and the practicing anatomy labs for that. And then next week you'll use the virtual lab, which is through Connect, like to be introduced to that, and then we'll go through endocrine physiology. So, and then the practical, again, I haven't decided yet if it's going to be, where it's going to be, but the point is, you'll look at your daily announcement and you'll know what lab's going to be, okay? So, they're all here, so you can have a general idea what we're doing, and you'll be able to see them, but we're working out all the kinks, you know. We got to roll with it. So, okay. The other thing that we need to look at is your publisher site. So, right now, the only thing you can see are, you're not supposed to be able to see this. I don't think. Oh, yeah, okay, if you want to do that this week, yes. Here's your virtual labs tutorial. And then, yeah, this one I'll hide because we're not ready for that yet. So what you can see right now is the Learn Smart assignments that you have. They start today, and they're available until your test day. I'm going to adjust this due date because these are due on the review date. So it's not class time yet. It's 2:25 p.m. and your class starts at 5:30. So there's time for me to adjust all of this. Just be aware of that. I want you to be done and ready for the exam by the review date. It's just good practice, and we'll be ready to go. So that's what you can see there. Other things to be aware of. So this is everything that I'm assigning you. But you'll see when you go to lab, your crazy lab assistant is using this practice, right here, Anatomy and Physiology Revealed. You're going to click on that, and that is going to bring you into this really kind of cool virtual lab. And there's a video with all of these instructions that will be posted for lab on Wednesday, but you'll select the endocrine module. Say, okay, well, what do I want to see? I want to see histology. So, okay, you click on histology and you select a topic. I want to look at the anterior pituitary. And then you can choose your magnification, etc., etc. So there's another video for. Just be aware of that. That for lab, we will be using this anatomy and physiology revealed, but then you'll also have these virtual labs that will come from your homepage. So we'll work it out as the semester goes. You'll figure it out. We'll see it all in daily announcements. I think that's the most important stuff. So yeah, your homepage has your links, or like telling you, okay, you've got one announcement, make sure you read it. If you've got assignments, you don't have, this was supposed to be deleted. Your assignment notification shouldn't come up here because all of your assignments are happening through Connect. But there's discussion posts that you can read, so that'll tell you everything. Your announcements, again, are going to have your specific instructions for each class day. The syllabus is available. The general parts are available here. The details of your course is what you're going to find in the modules. So again, in that general information module, you can find your syllabus and the class schedule, which in some ways I think are the most important documents. So again, here, syllabus, class schedule, read this over for some study tips, and then print this out today so that you can take notes on your video. You say, how do I find my video? Well, you could bookmark the YouTube page, or you could come back to your announcement. And if you wanted to just start watching video now, well, I don't want you to watch it now. You're not even seeing this video now. But in here, to watch your lecture video, you will click the video link that will be posted. So if you have any questions, hopefully that was mostly clear, but if not, go ahead and drop into this discussion board and just post a thread and I will immediately respond. As soon as I get the discussions tab up, you'll see that you also have a place where you can help each other out. We'll get that all figured out, and hopefully by Wednesday, but definitely soon. So this is going to be a great class. I love anatomy and physiology. I hope you do too. Thanks for being here. See you soon.